bonjour. In my, it was the last video or the video before of this week one, I did say that we were going to the market, like a market that's in the village. Unfortunately, it had to be arranged to go in the South Ferté, as I mentioned it might be, because rain was expected, sadly. So they did do it in the South Ferté. We went up at 8:30 on a Sunday morning. We went up to help them set up. As it turned out, we probably weren't needed, but I think quite wisely Cedric probably doesn't turn down any help that's volunteered, which, you know, it makes sense. But so we went and we did very little really. He had the organisation t-shirts. He just asked if I'd mind sorting them into sizes ready for him to give out to the volunteers and to take our own. So we got a t-shirt each. We found a table they needed, and we kept asking people did they need any help, but everybody was so well organised they basically didn't. So we were standing around a bit like spare parts. So we decided just to come home, and we'd come back later when it was a bit busier, maybe buy a few things, listen to the music and everything. And it didn't go according to plan. We got back, Duncan had been working on a Saturday, as you know, and he decided when we come back to actually to put together some of his quotes for work, which he hates the paperwork, so it always stresses him out a bit anyway. But we said that we would come back and we would help to clear up, so it'd be nearer the end of the day. So it thought that way he's got, you know, plenty of time to get some paperwork done as well. And then we got a message from Cedric saying, "Is there any chance you could come back in an hour to serve either on the bar or on the plant stall?" Well, embarrassingly, we both got a bit panicky because we had said to Cedric that we would only help the setting up and clearing away because we don't feel that our French is good enough that you could just talk everyday talk like the French would. And yeah, so we would just thought, immediately just felt stressed about it, I must admit. So I messaged back and I said, well, actually, at first I sent a message saying we'd be back a bit later than that because Duncan was doing some work, but then in the end we got so worked up about it, oh, so embarrassing, that we just said, I'm sorry, we won't be back, we can't, you know, Duncan's got to finish this work, baby, basically, a little white lie. So we didn't go back. We'd got 2 tokens each for food and drink that we've still got, so I'm going to have to give them back. But I was sending messages, to and fro messages to Cedric about this, and it couldn't be nicer. He just kept basically just saying it's fine, volunteering has to be happy, you can't be stressed about it. Obviously this is what we've translated, and I did say, do you want the t-shirts back? We've failed volunteers, and he said no, you're not failed, they're a gift. And then the next morning, because Sharon popped in, she was going to come up with us, so she went up on her own, and I'd said, was there many up there? She said it was heaving, there was lots of people, so I was really pleased for them. So the next day I messaged Cedric and said, how did it go? Did everybody have a successful day? And he said it was super. They used super a lot. And he'd obviously been thinking about it because he said, I understand it's very difficult integrating with, especially with the language and everything. He said, but we will get there. And he was talking about getting together with and talking about ways that we could integrate with them. And so he's basically being really helpful. Such a nice man. And so that's it. So I'm thinking of ways to go into the bar and carry on as if nothing's happened. I said to Duncan, we should walk in with our t-shirts on and go, ta-da! yeah, anyway, so it is what it is. So I didn't get to video as I wanted to do, but I've taken some photos and I'll slot them in now so you can see sort of what the setup was. After that, now also, just to add a little bit to this video, Sharon and I went for our usual walk today in a town called Ferté. I've taken you there several times where we walk around the lake, and so we managed to, in fact there was a window before the rain, so we went and walked around the lake twice. And then we decided to go and do our shopping, food shopping. And while we were there, we popped into Noz, just for a wander really. And you know, Noz can be the most bizarre place. If you remember any of the videos, I've talked about it before. I'm going to slot in some pictures of some of the funny and weird things that we spotted while we were there. So while I'm talking to you, we are now, Sharon and I are now booked to pop over to the UK in July to see our children. We're going to go by ferry, so I'm looking forward to that now. I'll probably be sofa surfing, as they call it, because none of my children have got bedrooms, as you probably remember me saying. And yeah, so there's lots of planning to do for that now. So that is my week finished. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. A bientôt.